Hi everyone, this is Moondan Raghavan. Today we are going to see the first session on Python Max concepts. It is basic number systems. So the agenda is natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, real numbers, complex numbers, and the reference link. So natural numbers. Naturally, when we count, we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the same thing here. So the natural numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it can be written n as for short. And whole numbers, the whole numbers are the natural numbers together with 0. So obviously the whole numbers starts with 0 and we have the natural numbers continued. So the set of whole numbers can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. And integers are the set of real numbers consisting of the natural number, their additive inverses and 0. So obviously you will have the line diagram. So in middle you will have the 0, on the right hand side you will have the positive values increasing, and then left side you will have the negative values increasing. So that is shown in the diagram, and the set of integers sometimes written as J or Z for short. And rational numbers are those numbers which can be expressed as a ratio between two integers. And all numbers are rational because any number can be expressed as divide by 1. So if you take 5, 5 by 1, 10 by 1, 9 by 1, so everything can be expressed as a rational. And next one, we have the different types of fractions or ratios, which can be divided into 3 categories: proper fraction, 5 by 7, 8 by 9, 1 by 2, some of the examples. If you see this, the denominator is higher than the numerator. An improper fraction, so here always numerator will be bigger than the denominator. And we have another one, mixed fraction. It will have one whole number and it will have the fractions. So it's a mixture of both. So that's why it's called as a mixed fraction. And next one, irrational number. Irrational number can be written as a decimal but not as a fraction. So it will have the decimal values. For example, pi value, you can take it 3.141592, but it's very close value. We cannot tell 22 by 7 is the correct value for pi, but it is the closest value. The same way we have different irrational numbers such as square root of 2 and e 2.71828 and so on. So these are some examples in max calculations. And the popular approximation we saw 22 by 7, it's 3.142857. So actually it is close but not accurate. And we need to just monitor that it has a endless non-repeating digits. So that means that it will not have the consecutive same numbers. For example, 0.33, it cannot be a irrational number because it's a 3 is repeating, and we can write this as 1 by 3. So in basically irrational number can be expressed as a decimal but not as a fraction. Next, real numbers. The real numbers is a set of numbers containing all rational numbers. Rational numbers we saw already, and all of the irrational numbers that also we saw. And the real numbers, all the numbers on the number line. So the number line, if you take it, it will be having 0, and right hand side you will have the positive numbers and left hand side you will have the negative numbers. And in between to positive or in between to the negative numbers, you will have different types of fractions. So those all the things will be comes under the real numbers, and which are not real numbers. If you consider this line diagram, it will cover all the numbers. But then what are the things which are not comes under real numbers? So those are obviously the name is real numbers. Opposite will be the imaginary numbers. For example, square root of -1. And infinity is not a real number because in line diagram you cannot see the infinity. So definitely infinity is not a real number. Next one, complex number is a very important one because in Python also we have the main advantage of using the complex numbers. In very complex systems also we are using this format only. So we need to just take more attention to this number formats. So the format is like a plus bi. Here a and b both are real numbers, and I represents the imaginary part. So it has both parts. One is real part, another one is imaginary part. To represent the imaginary part, we have the letter I here, and I value always will be the square root of -1. So if you have any number, it can be expressed as a complex number. Let it be it has only one real number, then it will be called as a plus 0i because it does not have the imaginary number. The same way, if it has only the imaginary number, it will be called as 0 plus bi. So which means that it has only the imaginary part. So next we have summary. we saw the numbers. Under the numbers, we saw the complex numbers just now. And the real numbers concludes everything. So under that, because we saw the in line diagram, it will have all the numbers. And under that real diagram, under the real numbers, we have the rational and irrational. So basically, irrational tells that we cannot express in the form of ratio or the fractional way, but rational number can be expressed in the fraction, and it covers the integers also. So fraction, again, we saw 3 more level: proper, improper, mixed fractions based on the denominator and the numerator. And we saw the integer. So integer is a line diagram. It will have the positive and negative numbers along with 0. So since we saw the negative numbers, that covered already, and the whole numbers is from 0 to natural numbers. So whole numbers consider 0 and natural numbers, as I told earlier. So natural numbers, it just starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we covered almost all basic number systems in this session, and in coming session we will see what are the advanced or computer level number systems such as binary, decimal, hexadecimal, octal, those kind of areas. So this is a reference, www.maxisfun.com. So it has very detailed information about the max concepts from child level to the intermediate level. So that's all about this session. Thanks all. Subscribe my channel. See you later.